Right then. So the one on the left is now your after, shall we say. Okay, I just about got that grip. It's a bit blurry, unfortunately, okay? But what we're looking for is the left hand and the right hand. There's a little crease there in your thumb and forefinger. They should be pointing towards your sort of right shoulder, okay? That's probably more towards kind of the middle of your chest there and so on. But it needs to go towards that. Right. Previously, though, it was way over here. So it's way over. You started to move that left hand around. As a checkpoint, 2 knuckles there of your left hand, you should better see without moving it. So have a look, okay? So that was kind of your setup adjustments, okay? In terms of the swing, the right-hand one here now is your before. You see the foot drag back there now. As the golf club goes back, the arms go very low, and the hands, that's basically your backswing completed there. Hands just above your hip there, very, very low with your left arm. Even if you made contact, the ball's likely to go over here somewhere. More often than not, you're going to probably top the golf ball or hit the golf on the way up, catch different parts of the club face along the bottom. And as we'll see in terms of the shot here now, you're trying to almost, your way of trying to get down, we bend the knees, okay? So you're almost dropping yourself down with the knees, coming down to the golf ball, hitting the ball on the way up, the ball still tops, and your arms post-swing now, very tucked up. Not much twist with the torso really at all. I mean, your right foot being back here is going to limit that lower half movement because it's dragging that right hip back. This hip now can't really get around the corner, yeah? I mean, if this foot's back, there's no way that hip can sort of rotate round, okay?
No.
So that's the before. Here is the after, okay? So better grip there now. Get those arms up as high as you can, all right? So we come around here now. Look at those arms there compared to that backswing there. I mean, that's chalk and cheese, to be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, the arms are a bit of bend in the air, but that's fine because your arms are getting higher. Okay, don't try and lock your arms in time. If we can get the arms up higher, that'd be good. The one thing I would say when you do it, don't try to lift your body up to get the arms up. It's more the arms are lifting up, okay? That's not too bad there. You've kind of maintained your posture. We sort of where your angle, your spine is there. As you've gone back, and the camera's a little bit, you've got the arms up there, not too bad. And then look at that fullness to follow through there. That there is a swing that's got some speed through the golf ball, and you're able to keep some width, okay? Same again, lift your arms up as high as you can. There you go, get those arms up as high as possible.
Yeah.
And then from there, there's much more power, much more likelihood now of you coming down to the golf as opposed to over here somewhere.
Of course, yeah.
The arms now going to sort of fall, the arms are going to fall down that line you can see there. Following down to the golf ball, and that club brushing the ground there nicely, and a fullness to swing. And then we step to the golf ball. The thought now is just get yourself set with a good grip. Look at those arms there for a backswing.
Yeah.
And then we come back to the golf ball. Good strike of the ball. Hits a screen, and now that ball sails down the fairway again. Look at that follow through there compared to where you were.
Yes.
It's chalk and cheese, isn't it? I mean, your right hip's fully rotated, the foot's up on its toe, you're facing target, your right shoulder's even nearer the target than your left shoulder. You've really twisted around there with your body.
Yes.
And given it a good hit, yeah? Now, yes, granted, there's going to be a few swings, maybe in the short form, where you do miss the odd one or two or you miss hit it, okay? But I'd rather you try and push through there, just keep sort of swinging with that speed rather than going, I better try and make good contact, just tap, 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 okay?
Sure, yeah.
It's better to try and develop speed now and get that contact, because you might miss the odd one, but generally speaking, you're not somebody going to miss it a lot of the time. I'm going to stand there and miss it 20 times in a row, are you? It's a rarity when you do miss it now, okay? It's just because that club now is a lot further than you're used to, arms up here as opposed to being somewhere down here. Absolutely. It's just a different kind of where's my arms kind of thing relative to the goal. But they're not miles away from your body, are they? I mean, they're still fairly close and connected. I mean, you haven't sort of lifted your arms up to the roof somewhere. It feels that way to you probably when you first did it, but where your arms are there in comparison are just...
And you can see that you've got much more chance of having a bit of...
Exactly, and that's the thing. If I said to you, I mean, from a sort of tennis perspective, okay, if you're going to try and hit a tennis ball sort of level with your shoulders here, the racket would go around here. You wouldn't hit the racket and drop down here because now you're going to go that way, yeah? Same with the golf. If the ball's down here, don't bring the arms around here to try and hit something up there when the ball's on the ground. So the angle of your club, racket, stick, whatever you're using to hit a golf ball with, we want to try to create an angle that we swing around up there. So now your hands are on there. Your hands now can follow down that line towards the golf ball, yeah? Everything now is swinging towards that golf ball along that yellow line we call the swing plane.
Yeah.
Whereas this one, okay, if we put that line up through your shoulder there now, I mean, it's nowhere near it. And then to try and get down that, you've only got to try to, it never really gets back to it at all. I mean, it's way inside from where it started. Your knees are bending. You're going to best catch the outside part of the club, that's the one that sort of scuttles off the side, or if you throw your arms out to it, you might get the club back on the ball, but more than likely it's going to be sort of one that sort of smothers low left on the ground. Either way, that ball's never really hitting the ground with any, or never getting up in the air with any kind of speed or success. So, but this one here now, that ball's up in the air, and that carried, I think, 80 yards there. So 80 yard there, carry, and then rolled out to 100 yards and beyond. I mean, that ball was still going when you sort of turn around, okay, so it's still going down the fairway there, 100 yards plus. That's on the second green with one shot, which suddenly now is a distance you can start playing with, yeah?
Yes,
it's going to be a bit of confidence, I get that. It will be some practice, but if you do go to the range, or even at home, you can stand there at home with a golf club and think, okay, right, how high can I get my arms? Just how high can the arms actually go? And I say this to all the people I give lessons to, and again, whether you do or not doesn't matter, but if you do some practice at home or on the range, take some videos of your swing looking this direction, what we call from down the line, and then send them through and say, how does it look? Because if you start getting your arm up here, which you might do, I doubt it if I'm being honest, then you've gone too far. But we can then say, right, your arms, think like your arm like a sort of a ticking clock, okay? Your arm is sort of at 9 o'clock, we've now got it towards 10 o'clock. It doesn't want to go to 12 o'clock. 10:30 there is absolutely fine. But if you keep going and going and going with practice, you go, I've got it going, and you kind of be digging the club in the ground. So keep in touch and keep communicating. Obviously, we'll see some of the group sessions anyway when you come along to them. We can kind of see where that left arm is going, but get those arms up nice and high, almost as high as possible right now. This felt to you as high as possible, In time, you could go higher, but that would be too high, All right. At this point, this is kind of literally your peak. But as you push that peak and go further and further and further, then there's a point where you can go too far. So if you do some practice at home, ping some videos across. I'm up here. How's it looking? Is it in the right spot? Am I in the wrong spot? And at least then you can start making some sort of constructive practice rather than just going to the range and keep whacking a golf ball until it goes well and then go, well, that was good. Was it good? I don't know. And you're on the golf course.
And you won't know what you've done differently to make it good.
Exactly.
So you're not going to learn.
Exactly, Cool. Make sense?
Fabulous,
Excellent. Good stuff.